Hello, my celestial beings. This is Mystic Storm here to clear the path to a new life with you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, whenever you're catching this. And this is for the Virgo new moon. Okay, it happened on September 14th, and we're gonna dive into that a little bit more. And then we'll give this a pause. Boom, boom. All right. So I hope that you all are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Uh, hey sis, hey Felicia, how you doing? Yes. So I also have TikTok going on my phone, just to let you know. I know what you meant. Yeah, sister. yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. To go ahead and talk about this Virgo new moon. This one definitely took me for a doozy. I ain't gonna lie. It definitely took me for a doozy. I've been resting, and in order for me to be of service, I need to take care of myself. So I've been resting and healing in all forms, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and I'm still, this is a process. It's a process, but I'm feeling better and more equipped to go ahead and do this lovely session with you all. Um, I did go ahead and create a PowerPoint like I did for the Pisces super super blue moon. So I'm excited about that. I do want to keep these going, and hopefully, as I have templates so it can be a little bit faster. Okay. So we're gonna hop on in. I will say before I start, there is the fall equinox spiritual workshop. All right. It's next week. It's September 23rd in person. And if you want to do virtual, it is September 24th. Okay, you can get it on my website, msbotanica.com. If you don't feel comfortable about that, I do also have it on Eventbrite. Okay, it might be more local for the Nashville area, but I think that's just for in person. But virtual, it will be on my website. And yeah, I'm excited. I hope you all are too. And we're just going to jump into the PowerPoint here. Beautiful, beautiful. The Virgo new moon, y'all. The Virgo is I think the glyph, or however you want to say it, or what it symbolizes, is the maiden. So that's what we have here. Maiden energy. She kind of looks like an avatar. That's why I picked her. I love Avatar. I love the movie. I just feel like I'm an avatar. So I'm just going with it. So, all right. So for those who do not know me, I am Mystic Storm. You can call me Storm for short. I am a psychic medium, healer, and spiritual guide. Um, I am a Aquarius sun, Pisces moon, and Gemini rising. And I have a little description over here. I'm of Jamaican descent. I've been doing this, and I haven't put that on there. Been doing this for going on, I believe, 7 years as far as tarot and oracle, and then trying to learn astrology. I am self-taught, of course, or I went to YouTube University and read books and all that stuff. And I have a wonderful mentor as well, Tyra Omalade. She has a YouTube channel here, so make sure you check her out. All right. And here's the agenda. It's a little bit more than what we did last time. I added a few things. So just to let you know, we are going to talk about the numerology of the day, the planetary ruler of Virgo, and then the organs the moon sign rules, which is Virgo. We're going to get into some tarot, so major and minor arcana references, some chakras you can tend to during this moon, gods and goddesses you can work with, and how to work with this moon. It will be next. And then we'll go into the insights from the aspects. So what I see when I look at the astrology. All right. And then we also will have some journal prompts. That's new. I got a few journal prompts that you can ponder on, you can use in your solitude. So I'm excited about that. And then the planetary shifts. So the planetary shifts leading up to the next moon. So that one for this particular one will be the Aries full moon. Okay. And then we'll get into the elemental zodiac readings. And that might just be depending. I still want to do the zodiac readings, but I've been looking at and the readings followed by the closing remarks, right? But just to let you all know, I've been looking at my like previous new and full moon readings that I've had 3 years ago, 1 year ago, and it's just like, wow. I'm like, is past Morgan talking to present Morgan right now? And yeah, like it's been a journey. It's been a journey. And I do encourage y'all to, I mean, I've been doing YouTube or just creating videos since 2019. So and I rarely missed, as I got maybe a year from this time, 2 years from this time, I was pretty consistent. So by all means, my archive is deep. And, even though I'm not as seasoned as I am now, past Mystic Storm, baby Mystic Storm, she was still potent with that fire. Okay. I did, if you're on the community page on YouTube, I did post last year's Virgo new moon reading. It was also coupled with an ancestor reading. Okay. Which makes it, I do have you see that candle right there? That's my ancient wisdom candle that I'm burning. And as I was prepping for this reading, like I heard this like, and I'm like, this is my chair. Maybe, I'm in my shop, so maybe there's somebody outside, in the other suite, something's going on. It was the candle. I said, the ancestors are speaking today. Okay. So that's why I said when I was talking about the elemental zodiac readings, I know that's the thing everybody loves. Everybody loves to read about their sign, and all that stuff. But yeah, that's just even encouraging me more to do other readings outside of the moonbeam astrology lunar forecast readings. Okay, because I do like really diving deep in there. The ancestors really came in there. I was, my patois started coming out, like getting downloads upon downloads. This here for the moonbeam astrology it's for you. It's for us. It's to know what's going on with the moon. How can we work with it? What to do? Right? It's very educational. Okay. But as far as readings, I feel like because this section has really evolved. I was just doing strictly readings for this type of video, but it has evolved so much that I kind of miss just hopping on here and doing readings. But I have been called to teach. I know that. I used to teach at a university level. I will say, I will let you know that for those who don't know, because I went to school for vocal performance and I taught at the university level for 2 semesters. And then also I did private voice lessons and things like that. So teaching has always been with me. So when I started this spiritual path, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to teach. Like, I'm just doing, let me do my readings. That's cool. But I'm really being called to teach these days. And I'm honoring that. I'm working with that and I'm trusting. Okay. So yes. Hey y'all on TikTok. If you're asking to go live, it's a no. It's a no from me, dog. Sorry, you can listen. I appreciate you. All right. So back to the agenda. So we're gonna go to the numerology. So again, the new moon happened on September 14th, 2023. I am filming this 2 days before, after, as I explained, but we're still in that new moon energy. They usually say 3 days before, during, 3 days after, and hey, I would even say leading up to the full moon, because we're working with that waxing moon energy. Your intentions, you want to build upon that. Okay. So so the day, the numerology breaks down to 2. Okay. We have excuse me. No, it does not. I put 8. 8 is August. So hold on. 8 is August. I don't even know how I end up doing that, but that's one more. So it's 3. Interesting. Interesting. So that's all messed up, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep going. Obviously, we needed to hear 2. I'm going to still say the benefits of 2 for the numerology, and I'm also going to say some keywords for 3. Okay. Number 2, the 2 numerology has to do with balance, peace, harmony, decisions, and confusion. Okay. Virgo is an air type, even though it's earth, it's an earth sign. Virgos don't get at me. I know y'all earth sign. Shout out to y'all. Happy solar return. But the planetary ruler, which we'll get to, is Mercury. It's air. Okay, you're earth, but you still have that mental quality. So that kind of gives me thinking about Gemini, because Gemini is also ruled by Mercury, has to do with decisions, weighing out options, balance. So that those qualities are still here within that moon, but the numerology for that day would actually be 3. 3 is all about creation, fruition, I would say mind, body, spirit. You can think about that with the Trinity. Yeah, that's all I can think of at the top of my head from doing this. But I really do feel like, even though I'm pretty good at that, I think it was just a mess up. I had the 8 instead of the 9, but I would say there's no, I'll just leave it like Spirit had told me to do that. That's all I'm gonna say. And it was Mercury retrograde when I was doing this too, so I can blame it on that. All right. So again, the planetary ruler is Mercury. So Mercury, the planet closest to the sun, represents the qualities of communication, intellect, and adaptability. Often referred to as the messenger of the gods. Mercury's energy is swift and dynamic, reflecting in its speedy orbit. So we always talk about Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde happens, I believe, at least 4 times a year. So, as soon as we start, things start going, we're like, Mercury retrograde, But honestly, Mercury retrograde, it has its ups and downs. All right. We just went direct. Mercury just went direct on the 15th, which was yesterday as I'm filming this. So, and we're still in a shadow period. So the shadow period, don't sleep on the shadow period, baby. It lasts 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after a retrograde. So don't sleep on the shadow, because it's been times where the shadow has hit me and I'm like, dang. All right. But most importantly, as things begin to uncover, as people begin to come back in your life, we always talk about the exes, ex calling. I can hear my ex calling. Oh no, now my next calling. The six black. I mean black. um, but anyway, it's also good, as far as people might like, for example, a job. You might have applied for a job a few months ago and they had your resume in a stack or something to look at later, and they're finally able to look over these things because Mercury has slowed down for them to be able to sit and think, especially with Mercury being in Virgo right now. So people may give you a call for job offers, collaboration, things like that. So keep that in mind, right? So and Mercury retrograde is also a good time to learn a new skill. But like, even though it might be some mishaps here and there, but you'll be able to take the time to really have it seep into your mind. Okay. So that's what I like to use Mercury retrograde for. Like, for example, this Mercury retrograde, I started to do the PowerPoints. And even though there was a little snafu for um, the numerology, I mean, but hey, I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I mean, so it will work out in your favor if you let it. As far as other people coming into trying to come back into your orbit, use discernment, use your intuition. That's what Mercury is for, is giving you messages. Just because somebody trying to dial your hotline doesn't mean that you have to accept it. Okay. All right. So the organs that Mercury rules has to do with the pancreas, the small intestines, colon, digestive tract, rectum, and then the sense organs are the eyes and the ears. Okay. So if you've had like digestive problems during this time, this might be the reason why, because Virgo rules the digestive tract. Okay. And then like your eyes may be sensitive right now, ears may be sensitive right now, especially with eyes and ears. This can also be with your psychic abilities. So you may be your clear buoyancy, maybe upgrading your clear audience, maybe upgrading, might be hearing messages, things like that. So being open. All right. And then now we're going to get into the major arcana references. So the first one, we have the Hermit, which is the number 9 in tarot. And the Hermit is ruled by Virgo. So this has to do with solitude, yes, but loneliness, betrayal, oh Lord, dishonesty, standing alone, treason, and walking alone. So I think what it's really saying, the Hermit might be offset to being in solitude due to a lot of times, sometimes betrayal and dishonesty. With people, you may have learned some things and it's forcing you to go within to learn something, to figure out what it is. How do you show up in these connections? Why is this happening? Virgo is very analytical. So this is a good sign to really do some shadow work. I mean, the Hermit card is the epitome of shadow work. Also, bonding, embracing your shadow, not necessarily judging it, um, tending to it, nurturing it is something that you really need to do at this time. So yeah, and with this solitude, right, is bringing you closer so you can actually hear Mercury, spirit, your higher self, your intuition. Okay, because it might have been a lot of chatter. This person saying this person saying that. You might, Virgo has to do with adaptability, so you might be merging and trying to be considerate and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you have to be solid within. And if you're the messages from your intuition, your guides, your ancestors, if that is getting clouded, you may be forced or ushered into solitude. And it can be it's a very dark time to be in solitude sometimes. That's why the hermit has the lantern, is to be the light in the darkness, to shine a light in the shadow. Let's see what's really going on here. Why is this happening? Okay. And also I think of it as a beacon of light. I feel like the hermit is very, very, very wise, because it understands, what it takes to cross that threshold. Okay. Being able to stand alone and walk alone takes great strength and power. This is why number 9, the hermit is ruled by the number 9. The number 8 precedes that, which is the strength card. And then 10 precedes the hermit, which is the wheel of fortune. So you got to have strength to walk alone, to be in solitude, to get the downloads in order to get your fortune, to see where life is taking you next, or steer life in the direction that you are wanting to align to. Okay. And then we talk about intuition, I got 2 from the numerology, but we understand that was not correct. But I mean, hey, I feel like there's no mistakes. It lines up to me. We got the high priestess, has to do with intuition, right? Unconscious or subconscious, I like to say better, intuition, mystery, spirituality, higher power, inner voice. Everything that we were kind of talking about with the hermit. So with the high priestess, I just want to say, a lot of people, be mindful. Be mindful of the titles that you give yourself. If you don't want to walk it, don't talk it. Okay? Because being a high priestess, being a spiritual healer, being a guide means you have to have the wisdom, right? And that way, you have to have the experience. This spiritual work is not for the faint of heart. And it's so funny. I say that all the time, and I pulled a card for myself. And it talked about the mystic, and it went into what the mystic entails. And the mystic has to, because I want to say, because I mystic storm, have to experience these things, have to experience life hands on to be able to come and share that with others, share my wisdom with others. So, and it said in the in the notes, being the mystic is not for the faint of heart. And I was like, oh buddy, I'm definitely feeling it. And that's why I said, like, past Mystic Storm, she's speaking to present Mystic Storm. And I'm so thankful that I have that to go back to. But be mindful of the names. If you're called, you're called. If you're called, you're called. But hey, heavy is the head that wears the crown. The high priestess, she deals with the light and the dark. She's in between, right? She's in those 2 pillars. She understands the darkness. She's been there. Even though the high priestess is number 2 and the hermit is number 9, she's been around the block. She has that wisdom to tell you, hey, this is coming down the way. All right. I can help guide you. I can guide you through the darkness. I can lead you to the light. You know, I can lead you to clarity. I should say it like that, right? Lead you to clarity, to sight. All right. So yeah, that's what we have for the major arcana. And then for the minor arcana here, we have Two of Pentacles, which has to do with balancing resources, adaptation, resourcefulness, flexibility, and stretching resources. I really do feel like, yeah, I understand why I did too. And then we have Queen of Pentacles, which has to do with being generous and caring and nurturing. She can be a homebody sometimes, have good business sense, very practical and sensible and luxurious, right? And then we have the King of Pentacles, which has to do with abundance and prosperity, security, ambitious. They're ambitious, safe, kind, but also can be patriarchal. Okay. Protective, a businessman, a business person, provider, sensual, and reliable. Okay. So I'm gonna take a pause here. Let's see, we got anything. Felicia says she wants to come, trying to make it happen. I hope you can come, sis. I really do. I really do. If not, I understand. I really do. All right. All right. Chakras to tend to. The throat chakra, which, Mercury has to do with communication. So I'll suggest working with the throat chakra. Throat chakra isn't just throat. The main organ is actually the ears, right? It's actually the ears listening, right? And communication, you have to see, like, also messages. Third eye will also help as well. Ear, with ear, nose, and throat. Somebody might need to go to a EMT, ear, nose, and throat doctor. Maybe sinuses. If you're having sinus issues right now, that might be because of you're not speaking or listening to the guidance, or listening to what people are saying, and all that stuff. And then third eye, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to other downloads that you're getting, any visions, all that is guiding you to where you need to be. Okay. And then, so now we're going to talk about the goddesses you can work with. Of course, Mercury, air archetype. We're going to talk about Oya. Okay. Oya, powerful Yoruba goddess of storms and transformation. Okay. Mystic Storm came about even before I knew about Oya, and I work with Oya heavy. I work with the triple goddess. I could say it like that: Oshun, Yemoja, Oya. But Oya has a place in my heart with transformation, and I worked with her this past week doing a sadhana with Tyra and our spiritual aspirant initiation. And oh boy, she came with it. She came with it, her. And also, even though we were working with Oya, Kali Ma came through, because I kind of worked with Oya and Kali Ma together, like they did come through together. And Kali Ma is a Hindu goddess of destruction and transformation. Okay. And a lot of people are these are the kind of the goddesses that they kind of shy away from. And I also want to include Sekhmet, because Sekhmet has been coming to me recently too. Ancient Kemetic goddess. She's a lioness of power and healing. Okay. So these are great goddesses to work with during this time as we transition into the unknown. You know, we are going into the fall season. The fall equinox is coming. And with the fall, what do we have to do? Let go to transform. So you can see how Kali Ma can play a sense because of destruction, breaking down. You know, storms may come, right? You know, sudden, swift changes. Think about the Tower in tarot. And then with Sekhmet, the power and healing too. That's courage, right? That's courage to really just get in there and not back down and don't take no stuff when it comes to this process, and also to heal in this, because with destruction, with, you know, these are like kind of air archetypes, even though Sekhmet, she's more solar. You know, it's clarity. You get clarity from the storms. After the storm, you get to see what's really there. You know, destruction comes because, hey, you might need to fight for what's right, fight for your beliefs, fight for your empowerment. Okay, so yeah, if you want to look up and study any of these goddesses, I would, you know, encourage you to do so. All right, then we're gonna get into the gods. We got Eshu and slash Legba. This is the god of the crossroads. He is a trickster, but also a messenger in the Yoruba pantheon. Okay, so he's in the same pantheon as Oya. And then we have Thoth, which is a Kemetic god of wisdom, writing, and knowledge. So very Mercury, right? very, very Mercury. And Eshu has to do with Mercury as well. You can see messenger, right? Um, then we have Buddha, which is a Hindu god of communication and intellect. So you may want to work with these gods, incorporate them, study, research, do what you feel is, you know, is best for you. Whichever one may be calling you at this time, I would say go down the rabbit hole. You know, it's all right to do that. All right. And then how to work with this moon. Cleanse and purify. Cleanse and purify. So you may want to cleanse and purify yourself, your body, your home, yeah, your mind especially. Plan and organize, set intentions. That's good for any, you know, new moon. Um, Release or reflect and release. That kind of goes into the hermit, you know, card, and then releasing, letting go, even though this is a new moon, right? And even though, you know, typically we will wait for the full moon and the waning moon to release. But I'm a firm advocate, like, why hold that in if you already know you got to let that go? Let it go. Okay. Reflect and release, surrender, you know. And then we have mindfulness and meditation will really be good at this time. Mindfulness and meditation isn't just when you're just sitting down cross-legged, humming the whole time. Mindfulness is everywhere. You know, I know that's probably easier to say for air signs because we live up here. We live in the mind. So it might not be the same when it comes to maybe an earth sign or a fire sign to always be as mindful. But mindfulness is, you know, every day, all the time. Or at least when you can, if you can feel yourself in a spiral or something, coming back, grounding, taking deep breaths, thinking about your surroundings, coming back to the present moment. Okay. Then we have health and well-being. That's very Virgo-esque. Um, you know, health problems may arise to where you need to pay more attention to your health, right? You may be focusing more on your, like, holistically, how are you approaching, you know, your lifestyles and things like that. Service and helping others. Okay, how do you want to be of service to your family, to your community, to the world? You may, if you have if you're unsure about like your purpose or what you're called here to do, you may get some revelations on that around this time. Okay, crafts and DIYs be really good to do. You know, be creative, get your hands dirty. That can tie into like your services too. Like, who knows? But you can do it just for fun. You know, you can do it as a hobby. That's fine. Then detail oriented work. Okay. So this is a good time to like do some fine tooth combing on some things. We talked about analyzing is very Virgo esque. Definitely have analyze and evaluate what's going on, and you know, see what you can do and how can you improve upon what you're already doing. Okay. So yeah, and that's how we can work with this moon. We can get into the aspects and insights next. I was like, okay, I'm flowing. I'm flowing. Moon, get some get some water real quick. Okay. Whew. Okay. Let's get back to it. So yep, ask insights from the aspects, okay? So why my numbers not coming up? Okay. All right, number one. That's a one. But take note of the ideas you get during this time. Make a plan of action to see them into fruition. Okay. So you may not be able to necessarily act on a lot of the ideas or concepts that you find, you know, do the fine tooth combing, you know, trying to do that detail oriented work. But if you can map it out at this time and come back to it later, that will be great and beneficial. Your future self will thank you for that. Okay. So yeah, make sure if something comes to you, write it down, type it down, put a voice note, do what you have to do. Okay. And this is coming from, you see, I got the symbols on here this time. Let me know how y'all like that. Because I can't put the chart with this. I could go back and forth, but I just don't really want to be honest. But the astrology chart is listed in the description box to let y'all know. Okay, so but this aspect is coming from the sun conjunct the moon, which creates the new moon, and as well as Mercury retrograde in Virgo in the fifth house. Okay. All right. The second insight is be open to new beginnings in your career and relationships. All right. So, as everything is shifting and changing and things like that, in relationships, again, do not have to be just romantic, even though they very well could be, but platonic and business, especially, right? We can definitely look at that. So this is coming from the sun conjunct the moon in Virgo in the fifth house, trine with Jupiter retrograde. Um, this is Uranus retrograde in Taurus in the first house, as well as that circle with the kind of cross there is part of fortune. Okay. So, you know, career and relationships heavily, you know, have to do with Taurus in the first house. First house has to do with new beginnings, right? And this is where the moon is leading us to, right? It's an expansion. Expansion could be it's with Jupiter. these are in retrograde. Jupiter is in retrograde. Uranus is in retrograde. But Jupiter being in retrograde, this could be, uncovered money, uncovered resources. You can expand upon. Your relationships may expand. You may have to go over some things within your relationships. Okay, Uranus retrograde is it's kind of like it's swift changes as well, but it's like, how can you think on your toes? So this is where, being adaptable, using that Virgo energy as well, being adaptable to shift during these new beginnings is going to be very beneficial. Okay. All right. And then we got insight number 3. With new beginnings comes a period of adjustment. The challenge will be finding balance between shining your light and tapping into self care. Okay. Virgo has to do with service. So you cannot be of service with others. You can be of service to others if you haven't taken care of self first. Okay. So that's something to definitely think about. Yes, you may be on go, ready to do what you have to do. However, making sure that you take care of your health first. Take care of your well-being first. All right. And that's why I chose this aspect based off of Jupiter retrograde in Taurus in the first house, squared with Venus in Leo in the fourth house. Okay. Fourth house has to do with that self-care, self-love, tending to your home, right? All the new beginnings we're talking about with business and relationships and, doing all this, making sure your cup is filled. Make sure your cup is filled. Okay. All right. And insight number 4 is trust that you are being led. Trust that where you are being led to at this time is going to take you far. Okay. So this is from Pluto retrograde in Capricorn in the 9th house, but there's also a grand trine here. I put that grand trine symbol. Let me look at the whole grand trine. So yeah. So Pluto retrograde in Capricorn in the 9th house. It's up at the top and it's going like this. So Pluto retrograde is trine with Uranus retrograde in Taurus in the first house. And then it's also trine with, well looky here, the new moon, the sun and moon, right? And then we already talked about how the moon is trine with Uranus in Uranus retrograde and Jupiter retrograde. So that was even a part of the grand trine. So grand trines have to do with blessings, right? So even though sometimes we think that, we think about spirituality or God, the all source, the divine. Like we think like, well, why is this happening? Does God love me? Or, this isn't of God, or, something like that. But God is all source, is not just all good, not just all light. It's the darkness too. It's the balance. So know that the destruction, the chaos, all that stuff that's happening in your life is redirecting you. This is a part of the the divine orchestration over your life. This is a pivotal point in that divine orchestration. And Pluto is heavy energy that has to do with transformation. We talked about Oya and Kalima, right? Those, so all of this is going to lead you far with your long-term goals, within your career, within your faith, right? So hold on, long-term goals in career, like your reputation, status, all that, that's Capricorn, right? But then your faith, your wisdom, that has to do with the 9th house energy. That's Sagittarius's energy. Okay. So where you're being led, this turbulence that you may be feeling, at this time, it's for your highest good. But it's what you do in these moments that count, because we have free will. Okay? We have free will, and that's what brings us to the crossroad. I'm gonna go back. Eshu Legba, the trickster, right? You get to choose. Remember, it's your choice what you do in these moments. But just know that these are happening to even kind of test your faith. Test your faith. Yeah. This is how sometimes people get tripped up down the wrong path, or, you know, things like that. It can take you far if you let it. I should have said that, if you let it, because the choice is yours ultimately. Okay. We have a few more, guys. And then we have 5. Be careful of illusions of unhealthy connections. You will be able to see who is for you and who is against you. And remember, move in silence. If spirit gives you an inkling, a nudge, that there's foul work at play here, and you like, but it seemed like it's okay. It seemed like it's cool. Mm-mm. Take this from somebody who has the experience to come here and tell you. Mm-mm. Trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, trust in the signs that you're getting. This is why the solitude is so good too. This is also to strengthen your connection with your guides and with yourself. So a spirit and in your team and all that stuff saying, then move accordingly. All right. This is coming from me, giving people the benefit of the doubt. I ain't really for it no more. Mm-mm. I mean, I'll be respectable, you know what I'm saying? But because my spirit told me a while back, but I still was trying to kind of know, but nah, lesson learned. All right, this is coming from uh Neptune retrograde in Pisces in the 11th house, opposition with the Sun and Moon conjunction, which creates the new moon in Virgo in the 5th house. Okay. So I would say 11th house energy with that Pisces, especially with Neptune, that's where the illusions are. That has to do with your friends, your groups, community. So keep that in mind. All right. So number 6, you may not be able to fully understand why these sudden changes are happening, but they are part of the divine plan. As I was saying earlier with that grand trine energy. So this is Neptune retrograde in Pisces in the 11th house, sextile with Uranus retrograde in Taurus in the 1st house, also sextiled with Pluto retrograde in Capricorn in the 9th house. Okay. And then lastly, we have pay attention to your social awareness and how groups, friends, etc. affect your mental health. Okay. This is where I was talking about being mindful with your intuition. Are they draining you? Being in these certain type of environments, do they drain you or do they give you life? These are the lessons that we have to learn. This is from Saturn retrograde and Pisces in the 11th house, opposition with Mercury retrograde in Virgo in the 5th house. Okay. So that was it for the insights. Okay. So now we're going to go into the journal prompts. We have 3 journal prompts here, and something for you to ponder, something for you to look at when you're doing your spiritual work and things like that. Okay, so this is journal prompt number 1. What specific habits or behaviors do I want to work on during this lunar cycle to enhance my overall well-being? What specific habits or behaviors do I want to work on during this lunar cycle to enhance my overall well-being? Okay, that's something to think about. And then journal prompt number 2, what are my short-term and long-term goals, and how can I break them down into smaller, manageable tasks? This is like that detail-oriented work that we talked about with Virgo. Okay. So your short-term and long-term goals, those are your intentions. How can you take your intentions and break them down into smaller, manageable tasks? Okay. And this could be something that you can utilize for every new moon, any time that you set your intentions. Okay. And then journal prompt number 3. Oh, I forgot to write it down. I'll tell you what number 3 is in a second. But no, his intentions. Okay, I was about to say, goodness. Okay. What am I grateful for in my life, and how can I express that gratitude to others? I like that. Let me see if I can change that now. So I can. I don't think I can change it, but that's okay. But yeah, what am I grateful for? And I'll put this in the chat. All right. Journal prompt number 3. What am I grateful for in my life, and how can I express that gratitude to others? Okay, that's journal prompt number 3, y'all. All right. All right. And then we're going to go into the planetary shifts leading up to the Aries full moon. So we talked about Mercury going direct in Virgo. That happened on the 15th of September. Then we have the Capricorn second quarter moon happening on the 22nd. And then we have the sun entering into Libra, which is also the fall equinox, on the 23rd. And then we have the Aries full moon on the 29th. Okay. Cool. So now we're going to get into the zodiac reading. We're going to do earth signs, water signs, fire signs, and then air signs. Okay. So, yeah. Let me back out of this. Go to, oops. What's this? Cool. I do need this as a reference. This is why I wish I had 2 screens here, but that's okay. All right. Cool. All right. Earth signs. Let me get my banner up. Y'all know I'll be forgetting. Okay, Earth signs. This is your reading. All right. So Taurus, you're in the 10th house. This has to do with your success, your what you're wanting to bring into the world, your career, right? Your finances, your long-term goals, how you want to be perceived, right? Then we have Virgo in the 6th house. Virgo, that's I like you in your house. Right? So that is like your double Virgo right now. So everything, so you might be very heightened at this time. You may see, you know, see concepts in your mind and how to make them better. You even maybe want to look at old concepts that you had in the past and see how you can rework those. That would be really good as well. And then Capricorn, you're in the 2nd house. That's Taurus's energy. So you have Taurus and Capricorn kind of flipped in the houses. So you all about that money. How can you get to your money? What's of value to you? You're really focusing on that at this time. Also, this could be beauty, relationships. It's very Venus energy. You may be, going more towards like a high luxury lifestyle or trying to be more sensual and more pleasure filled, living a more pleasure filled life. Okay. And then the earth signs, the numerology breaks down to 9, which is 9 of Pentacles. That's like, this is independent, being financially free. This is also knowing your worth and knowing, what you're capable of and letting that blossom and bloom. Okay. So the first card out for you, earth signs, is the fox. Okay. It's the fox. And this is shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay. If this ain't screaming the earth sign energy right now, I don't know what is. So foxes get a bad rap. This is also the trickster, a shoe. The fox can also be used as like symbolizing the 7 of Swords, very trickster, sneaky energy. You know, it gets a bad rap, but resourcefulness. How can you play the field? How can you, not put all your eggs in one basket? How can you not burn bridges? Things like that. Because you never know how you may need this person, need this situation, in the future. All right. We got wind chimes, peace and harmony. We have the key, successful outcome to your problems. So I would like to say have peace in knowing that everything will work out for your good. Yeah, flowers, happiness. You may even want to get flowers, put them on your altar, right? And then bird flying, news on the way. News on the way. So I'm like, what's the news? I'm kind of like, but yeah, like overall, like if you be just alert and keep keep yourself being resourceful. This could be being adaptable, like the jack of all trades type of thing. The jack of all trades is like the ultimate master because you can be put in certain situations and you already know how to navigate that. Okay. This is being in peace and in harmony, being in balance, right? That's the key. You are the key, right? You are the key to your success. You are the key in business. This might be something that you even want to promote as if you're trying to go up for a position or go for a different job. This may be an attribute that you want to express, or highlight. Happiness, flowers, do things that make you happy. Also, flowers, like giving people their flowers, maybe something, words of affirmation could help. You may want to have words of affirmation or given to you or you may need to also give people their flowers as well as you're going through these processes. Especially, I'm saying especially Virgo, before you want to tell somebody what's wrong, tell them what they're doing right. The person their flowers. And then bird flying, news on the way. Let me see if I get anything from that. I love the summit, so many. Okay. So the first one that came out was mice, discord among family and friends. So I said that with the insights as far as um, evaluate those unhealthy connections. So it's definitely news on the way. It could be a discord within your families and friends. So this is definitely different from the happiness and peace and harmony. This may be even though this is how you feel, something may be disrupting your peace. It might be an announcement. Somebody may say something, have an announcement from your friends or family that may cause a discord within the community, within your family, within your friend group. Um, but then we have the owl and the dog barking. So the owl is good advice from a wise friend, and then dog barking is an advice from a friend. So this could be two different people, and or you could be the owl, or this could be one person. This is, take it how you will. So, or if you're hearing two different sides of the story, from family members, you know, you could be of good advice. You can give them good advice, or go to somebody trusted, like, dog barking, like, yeah, they loud, they saying a lot of stuff, but is it really sound? This is where using your discernment does come into play. Know who to listen to, because this might even not even be the discord. Somebody may be saying this stuff to cause a discord, and it to cause, this imbalance, disharmony. So, and do you want that to disrupt your peace? I think not. So just make sure you keep that in mind, and happiness and well-being, the sun card, is what you ultimately want at the end of the day, earth signs. So I'm here with you. So I hope you all enjoyed. Comment. I love to read the comments. Let me see what emoji I want y'all to leave. Ooh, give me the key, because you're the major key. You're the key. All right. All right, earth signs. Next, we're going to get into the water signs. Water signs are up next. Okay. So the numerology is 6. So 6 of cups has to do with like nostalgia. This is going back to reflection, especially from the past. You may be thinking about the past a lot. This could put you in like a great mood or a depressive state too as well. Let's get that clear, because the past could be like you may be holding on to the past. And with you holding on to the past, there's some resistance there. All right. So Cancer, you're in the 8th house. This has to do with transformation, death, change. Okay. Death, especially, like, could be a death in the family. I do know a Cancer that just had a death in the family. Her mother. So condolences. I went to the funeral this past week, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful to celebrate her life. So then we have Virgo in the 4th house. This has to do with the home. That's Cancer's energy. So Cancer and Scorpio, y'all kind of flipped, right? Because the 8th house is Scorpio. So Scorpio, you may be wanting to tend to your home more. You may be tapping more into your self-care, your feminine energy. You may be wanting to get back in touch with your family members, things like that. Yeah. And then Pisces, you're in your house, 12th house energy. So diving deep, you might be getting a lot of visions, getting a lot of signs, tapping into your subconscious, especially with this Six of Cups. You can do some great healing work with this as you're reflecting and going back on it. This could be a pivotal time for you to do some healing work at this time with that. Okay, if you're wanting to break cycles and break limiting beliefs, this is a great time to do so, Pisces. Okay, so the first card out, water signs, is four-leaf clover. All right. This is great good fortune. It didn't even say good fortune. It said great good fortune. Okay. I'm here for it. Great good fortune. So, but there's hills, there's obstacles to overcome. Okay. Nothing worth it in life comes easy. All right. Will, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. All right. So this may be an obstacle to overcome. Maybe you're being swept up by your environment, swept up by change. You're not being very grounded in self. Okay. So you may want to work with the Virgo new moon to get more grounded and get more stabilized within your emotions. And then we have affairs with family. We have tree. Okay. This is all of y'all, because Six of Cups has to do with nostalgia, could be from family. Cancer and Scorpio for sure would be, affairs with the family. This is also calling for like ancestor work. If you do ancestor work, they're calling you. They're calling you. I think this would be a good time to really dive into that. Okay. And also plug the fall equinox. We will be talking about ancestor work too. Just some basics to help you in this journey. Okay. And then we have Cain. Pay attention to your health. Pay attention to your health. So this was mentioned overall in the insights that we had. So pay attention to your health, water signs. But even with all of this, the obstacles to overcome, the indecisiveness, because the obstacle is that you're going to have to choose. You're going to have to stand up on your own 2 feet and act and do what you need to do, especially when it comes to your health. You may even want to look at your family history when it comes to health, because you may need to get tested for some things that may be you may inherit from your family, or things like that. So yeah, but even though with all of this, it's good fortune. It's good fortune. It may not seem like it at the base, of this, but I think the good fortune is the clarity and you taking a stand on your life and moving forward, and knowing that your ancestors will help you in this process. And then for some, not all, if you have to get tested for something that runs in your family, it might skip you. It might skip you. So that might be the good fortune. You may not have to deal with some of those harsh health conditions that run in your family. That's just so many cards. Let me see if we can get any additional. We got September. Okay, so this may be all uncovering in September. 9 may be significant. 9 months, I'm hearing. So maybe you can change your life around within the next 5 months, because you could be heading down a rough path. Because remember, we have the free will. It's our choice. So, but if you really want to change your life, you're able to. You have it in you to do that. We have had, so you will be playing a different role. Okay, you'll be playing a different role. This could be now in this month, right? September, or, in the 9 months, you might be transforming into, this more health conscious, this person that really, they're very assertive. They're able to, grab themselves up by the bootstraps and get things done. You're changing. You'll be taking a different role. And then we have crib, birth, or conception of a child or enterprise. It's crazy. I said 9 months. Okay, so this is for some. 9 months birthing a child, right? Okay, I can't make this up. You might be giving birth at this time. If so, congratulations. Also, birth of an enterprise, right? Of a creation, So if you are, in business or things like that, give yourself 9 months and really see how you can shape things up. Okay. All right, water signs. I hope you all enjoyed. Comment. I love to read the comments. Please leave me a 4-leaf clover. That was easy for me. A 4-leaf clover. Because great good fortune is on the way. Things might be a little shaky, but it's all gonna work out for your good. Okay. All gonna work out for your good. Hey, Janora. Hey. How you doing? How are you, sis? Yes. I missed this one, Felicia. You said definitely taking some life and health changes, new creative direction. That's good. That's real good. I'm happy for you. That's good. Yeah, water signs. We got this. We're gonna go over to fire signs next. All right, fire signs. This is your reading. I have to, for some reason, I want to remind you all that this is, sun, moon, rising, Venus, North Node. That's for everybody, but, somebody may be clicking on this that don't really know that that's possible. You can be a cross watcher too. All right. So the numerology breakdown for all of the fire signs is 3. So that's 3 of wands. That's like, when I think about 3 of wands, I think about just like that's planning. They're like thinking of a master plan. I also think of it as kind of like reflection, in a traditional tarot, the 3 of wands, he's looking out into the horizon, into the water, and seeing what's out there. Maybe looking at, your, I don't want to say, I guess, yeah, looking at your failures, looking at um things you had to let go, what you had to set sail to, and also being open to new possibilities. For sure, I was trying to see if I can pull out just 3 of wands here off rip, but I'm not pulling it. Yeah, no, it's not coming for me, but that's all right. So Aries, you're in the 11th house. Okay. I do this. Okay. You're in the 11th house. That has to do with friends in family, not family, but friends group. Um, Also your community. So I talked about looking at, what you have to let go of. That kind of ties into some of the insights that we talked about. Leo, you're in the 7th house. This has to do with your relationships. Okay. Your relationships. And yeah, business partnerships, I would say, to marriage, contracts. Okay. And then how can you keep all of that in balance with what you have going on? All right. And then Sagittarius, you have the 3rd house, which has to do with communication, speaking your mind, speaking your truth. This could also have to do with siblings. Okay. And you might need to let some siblings go. That's all right. That's all right. All right. You said, I'm good. I just got promoted at work. Any news for Gemini? That's coming up next. Air signs is coming up next, Janora. But that's good. Congratulations. Yeah. Felicia said, congrats. Yes. That's awesome. But yeah, this is fire signs, y'all. So the first card out, fire signs, is major challenges to overcome. Major challenges to overcome. So, faith can move mountains. All you need is what? A faith of a mustard seed. So even though the challenges may be hard, you may feel like all hope is lost with these sudden changes that we're talking about. Just know that you can overcome them. We got the bag. Something important, such as a new job or a raise. Okay. Alrighty. So we got so this could be a major challenge. You're trying to, go up for a promotion. Now, Janor, you might be, that's so funny, because I said sun, moon, rising, Venus, all that. You might have fire in your chart. That's funny. But something important such as a new job or raise. Another major challenge to overcome for some fire signs, involvement with the law, gavel. Okay. Then we have table, hard work ahead. And then we have dragon, beware of self-delusion. Okay. We talked about the illusions that may be going on, right now. That could also be what's hindering you or blocking you. But either way, if there's something important to you, if you're trying to get a new job or a raise, you have to put hard work into it. You can't just, you might have to put in a little bit more effort than you have. And then gavel, involvement with the law. This could be community service, community service, or, for some people, you may have to do time. Okay, different. But where self-delusion, I feel like this has to do, even though I love dragons, I work with dragon energy, all that. But in this deck, it says beware of self-delusion. So all is not what it seems. You may be operating more out of ego and to the point where you're acting out on impulse. So even though this may be an illusion, you may be ready to pop off on somebody, you may be ready to go off, do something that you would act out of character, which would then get you a restraining order or something like that. So be mindful, fire signs, of your emotions at this time. Especially make sure you work to stay grounded and mindful, and don't let anyone have you get out of character, because I feel like your reaction will be something. Your reaction will have something to do with you having to be involved with the law. Okay. All right, fire signs. I thought that one was straightforward. Obstacles to overcome. You can do it. It's hard work ahead, but hey, you got it. Leave me the mountain. It's straightforward. Leave me the mountain. You can overcome this for sure. Ashe. Ready. And then we're going to get into, last but not least, air signs. My big three is Aquarius, Sun, Gemini, rising. So I'm right here with y'all. Air signs, the numerology here is the number 6. Yeah, so this is 6 of swords. This is transitions. Moving on. Moving to clearer pastures. Moving away from the BS. Transitions. I love it. So Gemini, you're in a 9th house. This has to do with higher learning. This has to do with travel. This has to do with wisdom, right? A higher education for sure. This could also be training, higher training for a job. Let's see. Then we have Libra, 5th house. That has to that's Leo's energy. So this is time for you to shine bright. This is something, tap into your inner child. What do you want to do? What do you want to create? All right. And then Aquarius, this is 1st house for you. 1st house is the new beginnings. All right. New beginnings, especially when it comes to, I would say, where you're transitioning out of. I would say go for it. Go big or go home. Go for your dreams. You have it. All right. So the first card out for you, air signs, is dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Okay. A dog far away. All right. So you got a friend in need. They're thinking of you. They might not be reaching out. Think about when Mercury retrograde. But hey, then we have victory, or V is for victory. Victory in some endeavor. Okay, you will be victorious. But if victory, that means sometimes you have to go up against the battle. Just remember, you have to shield and protect yourself. Okay, shield and protect yourself. This is very, very, very important. All right, at this time. And when we say protect ourselves, this can be in any way, physically, right? But mentally, spiritually, you may need to protect yourself. You may want to do some candle work. You may want to do some energy clearing, energy shielding to protect yourself. Okay. So it's that we said shield. You may need to defend yourself because scissors, disappointment in some affair. Disappointment in some affair. All right. Look, wait a minute, Spirit. All right. This could happen in July. Disappointment in some affair. Yeah, July, or the number 7 could be significant for you. This is fire. July. Well, July could be. I'm looking at this fire with this, but what's in July? Cancer and Leo, right? Yeah, Cancer and Leo. So fire more with the water. You can see fire and water. You may want to work with both of these elements, but this is fast moving energy. Okay, disappointment in some affair. And then we have bear, danger, especially in money matters. So this might be coming in fast. Okay. As far as the disappointment in some affair, you may need to protect yourself. This could be protecting your finances. Okay, for sure. You may want to make sure you check what you're spending, your bank statements, your subscriptions, things like that. It may have been something you signed up for in July that you forgot about. And then we have a dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or dark hair. Okay, so this would be the dog far away thinking of you. Okay, hey, this could be who has disappointed you, who you may need to protect yourself from. Somebody that may be trying to come after your money. But all in all, even though this is all coming up, you will be victorious. I feel like being mindful and also trusting your intuition is going to help you a lot. And then also thinking about illusions, confusions, like this person may try to act like there's, they try to make them seem like they're in the right and you're in the wrong. So this is where the shield, protect yourself. You may, if this is a coworker, I would say make sure you cover your ass. You document, you do what you gotta do, because some people, because of your victory, people might be preying on your downfall. All right. So they might be doing something because of something you said. This could have been in July, things like that. So think about that, you know. But definitely protection is key. You need to defend yourself, especially if you were connected to fire, to the fire signs, sun, moon, rising, right, Venus, whatever. We talked about law and that you would overcome that, but you need to defend yourself. Okay. You're saying, especially July, we had fire, fast moving energy here. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if everybody had to do something in regards to the law or defending themselves, going up against HR, something like that. Just make sure you document. You got it. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, Shamika. Hey, sister, I'm here, but I'm lurking before it's time for me to get off. LOL. All the insights is on point, like always. Aw, thank you, sis. I appreciate you, hon. I really do. I really, truly do. It took me a minute to get here, but I'm glad I was able to get this done. And yeah, yes, it's been a journey. But we're gonna get into signs. How dare I? This is your reading. Comment. I would love for you to leave a comment. If you don't want to leave your whole testimony, leave me the shield. Or even if I don't know if they have a shield, even if they have the uh the swords crossed like that, you can leave me that too. Protect yourself. Protection, protection, protection. On all grounds, physical, spiritual, mental, protect your peace, all of that. That's the main goal. You moving away from the BS. Remember, 6 of Cups, 6 of Swords, for sure. All right. All right, y'all. We made it. We made it to another Moonbeam astrology reading. I hope that y'all enjoyed. Let me know if y'all like the PowerPoints. It is extra work, extra time. But again, I know that this is going to help me for the future. This is something that I can, reference and come back to when I do, come live on these, in the future. But yeah, if you like the video, let me know. Let's see. What'd you say? Are these the I don't knows? Oh, that's a shield. Oh, you found the present. Yes. I was like, what's that? But yes, y'all. Yes. So overall, this new moon is something that is definitely making us reevaluate life and how we show up, how we want our lives to be, and making us really sit down and think about what do we want going forward. What do we want going forward? Because things may not be panning out the way you want them to, and if you ever ask yourself, is this life? Is this how life has to be? No, it's not. This is not. If you want to change, if you want to shake and move in a different, this is your time to do so. Okay? Don't ever feel like you're doomed to a reality. And even if you're in a funk, like I am, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm in now, but I know this is temporary. And with this chaos, with all the stuff that's been going on, I know that this is pushing me and catapulting me into a brighter future. About, being the phoenix rising, thinking about, being going through those obstacles, removing those obstacles, clearing the path. I'm thinking about Ogun, and when you're talking about Orisha. And then clearing the path is also Oya, for sure. You know, so yeah, don't keep the faith. Keep the faith. Take it a day at a time. Take it a few hours at a time. Hell, take it a minute at a time. It's okay. Don't judge yourself in this process. Feel, to heal. And I will say, I always talk about the vibrational scale of emotions. If we take fear and doubt and shame and blame, I usually say if we get to courage, we can get there. But we had a new moon session with Tyra on a lot of Tyra, and she talked about neutrality. I said, baby, that's what I need to say now. If you can make it to neutrality, then you can get the courage. Then you can go ahead. Sometimes you just don't have the strength. You don't have the energy. You're tired. Okay, and that's okay. That's okay. You've been through a lot. You've endured a lot, and this is a time to rest up. This is a time to plan, not necessarily act. Okay, to plan. All right. I'm happy you caught the live too, Janora. I really do. I was like, we gotta link up. Me and Janora stay so close. But life be life. Shamika say. Yes. Yes, honey. I know you feel it. So I'm gonna pull a couple of cards for the collective. This is from the Zodiac Moon reading cards. Final messages for the collective spirit that they need to know. Sun in Leo, joy, a time for celebration and success. So even in this season of chaos, I feel like this is saying have gratitude. Have gratitude because you now see where you need to go. This is clarity. The sun is bringing clarity to bring you to a more joyous future, joyous timeline. All right. Let me pull one more from here. Eclipse in Capricorn, new direction, reevaluate success. What does success look like to you? Does it need to change in order to bring you peace, in order to bring you joy? Are you being too hard on yourself? Coming from a single child overachiever with a Capricorn stellium and what else is that? Capricorn, I think it's Capricorn North Node, my Venus, my Mars is in there. Yeah, take it from me. Are you being too hard on yourself? It's okay to rest. It's okay. It's okay to have fun. You work hard to play hard. Don't forget the playing part. Have fun. All right. All right. And then I want to get into the whispers of the ocean. I love this deck. Recently, I just kind of feel like this is an ancestral deck for me. I'm definitely a water spirit. And yeah. So we get the final messages. Final messages for the collective spirit. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. First off, we have surrounded by prosperity. Okay. Okay. It says your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exceeds outside the known is beyond measure. Spirit is saying, no, bigger. What you thinking about is good to set intentions, it's good to do all this stuff, but prosperity is surrounding you. So it's probably like attuning to that and waking up to that and aligning yourself to that energy to catch all your blessings, it's there for you. But making sure that, you take time to see it. And this is also giving me gratitude too. Having gratitude for what you have, so it can open you up to new possibilities. Then we have shared inspiration. Okay. This says, throw yourself into a new project. Be willing to let go of time constraints and rules and really be aware of whatever fulfills your heart. Okay, throw yourself into a new project. We kind of talked about like crafts and DIY and being detail oriented. And I did say, making out a plan of action, but it doesn't have to be fulfilled right now. You might want to save it for later. And also I would suggest again to move in silence. These ideas, are for you until you can really cultivate them. I would not really discuss them with other people. Just saying. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. We got this. We heading into the fall season. I feel like I was like trying to plan my shadow work. I was like, okay, it's gonna happen, September, October. No, Spirit said July, August, September. You want to talk about this at the fall equinox spiritual workshop? You don't have to go through it. So yeah, y'all, I'm already in this fall energy, releasing and letting go, making way for the new. I really do feel like 2023 was all about spiritual growth. It's a number 7-year spiritual development. 2022 was like balance, the year of the lovers. But I do really, for some people, it seemed like, especially after that Venus retrograde, it was like, false lovers or karmic lovers, people that were supposed to teach you a lesson, to keep on to catapult you into spiritual growth. Okay. So then, and now we're going into a number 8 year, 2024. This has this deep transformation change. So we're still working to really put all of our long-term goals into fruition. So we might still be going into those growing pains. We might be seeing glimpses of those, things like that. But it's definitely a time right now that we are being stretched. All these retrogrades, all this, it's the interesting time to be alive. But we are here for a reason. Let us not forget that. We are here for a reason, and you matter. You matter. All of these things that may be happening, I want to encourage you again that this is a spiritual death, a spiritual awakening. A lot of times people think that spiritual awakenings, just when you first get on this journey, it's just a one and done. You have multiple spiritual awakenings in this lifetime. So just be gentle with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, be compassionate with others, but with your boundaries, and all will be well. All right. So I love y'all. I really truly do. I hope y'all have a wonderful Virgo new moon, wonderful new moon energy, all this stuff. And I'm working on being back for other videos, just besides the lunar astrology. That's in the works. So be on the lookout. I got y'all. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now, moving in silence. Yes. Yes. Sister love. Yes. Love y'all. Y'all have a good one.